All right, welcome to a rather wet and windy episode from Daniel Hibbert, lawn expert. Even though I call myself a lawn expert, I have been involved in horticulture for over 30 years and I do know other stuff. And one of the things I do know is how to do some really good winter baskets with some Christmas pizzazz. So I'm going to show you how to do that next. Okay, so what are we going to do today? We're going to make these cone-shaped hanging baskets and we're going to give them a bit of winter colour. Now up here in the northwest it gets really gloomy. There's a few things you can do. You can either do some colourful hanging baskets like this for Howard. I choose fake tan, well that's me. But today we're going to be doing these hanging baskets. So first up, how are we going to make them Christmassy? We are going to put some Christmas lights on. And these are just battery powered, got them off Amazon. Today I've used Energizer because that's all I can get. But if you use a really good battery, you can get a couple of months out of these. So they'll take you to Christmas. And they're on a timer as well, so they'll come on. What you have to do is, when you want them to come on, press the timer button. So the question is now, how do we attach them to the actual basket? So these cone-shaped baskets have like wire all the way down. So what we have to do first is we have to just kind of put the first light in there like that. That just gives it a bit of an anchor. And I've got this wire which you can use for various things like garden wire. Today I've got black because it blends in the best. You can get white or green, but that's I just chose black because I think it blends in better. You just wrap it round and then you can even put a Christmas bauble on there if you really wanted to give them some Christmas pizzazz. So you could just put it in there and give them a cut. What you want to do is give yourself enough to wrap round. If you do them too short, it's too finicky. But don't give yourself too much to do because there's more then to wrap up. So then what we do is we just do a template round, just keep going, and every now and then we just want to knock or wrap. It's knock, used to hammering. So we just want to put another one in. If we just wrap it all round at once, it'll just all fall off. So we need to put these on because otherwise when the wind starts blowing, they'll just drop off and end up dangling. So I'm just doing this very quickly because I've already got some made up which I can show you after. We'll just keep going with this. And then once you've kind of got all your ones done that hold it in place somewhat, you can just go around and then just top up just to make sure they're well anchored. Good tip as well, if you can, if you actually feed it through the wire around the basket and the wire on the light, because there's two of them, you just wrap it through the middle and that gives you extra protection. So you see now, so just carry that on round. I'll just do it very quickly so I'm getting wet through. And I've got 7 to do. Although 3 of them aren't getting lights, they're just around the front. They won't be getting lights, it's only the back ones that are getting lights. Very hard to retrofit them. So if you are going to do them, make sure you're doing while the basket is empty. I got these off Amazon as well. I think they were £7.50 and the lights were £4.99. So we're at £11 already. By the time we put the plants in, we're going to be looking around £20 done, which is cheaper than the garden centre. What I did was I went to Bent's. You can use lots and lots of different plants. I've gone for Primroses, but if you have a look at this, when I took video footage, you can use cyclamen, ornamental cabbage. You can use shrubs like euonymus and skimmia. I've chosen these macrocarpa Gold Crest for the middle. And there's also dimension cyclamen. They are all right, but one frost and they're toast. Pansies and violas are great as well because what will happen is these will take us all the way through to spring. So that's why I've chosen these. So that's almost done. I'll get one out that I've already done and then we'll show you the next step. Okay, so that is the light all wrapped round now, nicely secured on. Good time now if you haven't already just to give them a test, just to see if they're working, because you don't really want to get them up and then decide. So get them probably as soon as you open the box, get the batteries in, get them tested. What I didn't tell you was that you've got to leave enough just to hide that, because that'll just sit nicely snug behind the conifer and in between the primroses, so you won't be actually to see that. But you need to be able to access it, obviously, just to take out new batteries if you need to, or take out old batteries and put new batteries in. It's got a waterproof seal, so they're totally watertight, so don't need to worry about water getting in, and the clip open as well. Whereas in the past I have bought some where they had screws, and when you come to take the batteries out after a winter, all the screws have rusted and you can't actually get them out, so they're no good. But these are good to go now, so once we've tucked them down in the spring, we can just leave them round there and just put these away for the winter and then bring them out next year when we need to use them again. So yeah, so that's the light all done. Okay, so now on to the part of potting them up. So because the cone shapes, obviously they can't balance, so I just use a bucket to put them in. If you've got a round base, a round bottom to your basket, you don't need to worry about that because you can just put them on the floor. but a bucket or anything which will hold it from falling over left and right is ideal. So I've got some compost down here. I don't know if it's peat free, I don't care. I've noticed on the BBC and on ITV when they mention compost, they can't say compost anymore. They have to say peat free compost, because no doubt if they don't say that, they'll get cancelled. But I'm not bothered about that. So what I did notice was I watched Beach Grove Garden. And if you just have a look at this clip.
Plastic, but having it inside a plastic pot, especially if you've got really long trailing plants, that's just going to keep them upright and off the table and stop them from getting smashed about a bit. So we want some peat-free multi-purpose compost in the bottom of it.
See how she mentioned the fact that she was using a plastic hanging basket. That was absolutely fine, no problem with that. But then when it came to putting the compost in, she was like, what are you using? Peat-free compost, has to be peat-free, remember. I'm ripping the earth of plastic, that's fine, but as long as it's peat-free compost, that negates taking the plastic or the oil out of the earth. No, it doesn't. So that's why I'm not really that bothered. So many flaky people in the world regards this. So just use whatever compost you have at hand, because if it's for sale, then it's passed all the tests and it's absolutely fine. So we'll fill that up. You don't want to overfill it because you've got to leave room for the pots as well. So I've got the macrocarpa Gold Crest. So we're just going to tease those open a little bit just so they can take root, so they're not pot bound. So that just goes in the middle. And as you push that down, you end up pushing the peat around, or the compost around as well. And then just choose what colours you want. So we need 4 in each one. So we don't want to replicate. So we'll just have them. We'll use pink, yellow, red and light purple. And again, these are pre-watered. Make sure they go in water. There's a tendency for garden centres not to water properly at this time of year. But these, because they're under the soffits, they're not really going to get water from rain, so they are going to be needing auxiliary watering. So if we can give them the best start now, just by giving them a bit of a water, then that will be fine. Again, just tease, look at that, like mass that root is there, so we need to tease that open a little bit. You can be quite aggressive with them as well. Really, really tough. Like I said before, these will see us into the spring, so we'll get a load of flowers now, and then these will probably perish in a few weeks. And then when the spring comes, February time, they'll start coming out again, and they'll give us another blast of colour until we get the summer baskets out. So just push those in. As I say, you can be really aggressive because they're quite sturdy, these primroses. They've got a good root system. And with bedding sometimes you can pull out and you just end up pulling the plug out because if not they've been sold too early. But these are obviously been going a while. And if you want to make your primroses flower, a good tip is what they do is at the nurseries they cover the tunnels with like plastic so the sun can't get in because the shade brings the colours out. So before, if they've not got flowers on, if you want to bring them out, just put them in the dark and they'll flower sooner. So that is more or less done. Look at that hanging basket for winter. So what we'll do is we'll finish the rest and we'll go and hang them up. And then just as it's going dark, we'll turn them on. Then that should be absolutely fine. Other than this wind, and hopefully they don't fall off because they're really light. That shouldn't happen because one of the main ones we had in the summer were really big, 16 inches, watered all the time. They got really heavy, and in these high winds they did fall off. But these, because they're only very light, will be absolutely fine. And like I said, this will just nicely slot down there. And once it's up on the wall, you won't even be able to see it. Hopefully I'm tall enough, just about. There you go, 3 more to do. Almost forgot to tell you that if you really wanted to make these Christmassy, you can always spray on a bit of big snow as well. So just give that a bit of a blast and we can just make that look a bit more like it's got ice on it. Don't overdo it because you'll take away the colour, but just gives it a bit more of a Christmas feel if you like. Show you the ones around the front. Very nice. That snow just brings another dimension to them. Fantastic. And then what we'll do is we'll go in the back and show you those in situ as well. So just show you up close. Nice. Looks like a frost has been. Nice, nice, very nice. Just now got to wait for the sun to go down so we can have the Christmas light turn on. Okay, so there you have it. The lights are turned on. Not as great effect yet. It's still quite light, but I've got to get going. So I've asked Howard to send me a picture and a video layer of them in the pitch black, so you get to see that. Everything I've used, like hardware wise, is on an Amazon link in the video description, so feel free to check that out if you want. But majority of people can do this, and it's a nice, simple, easy way of bringing some colour to your garden this winter. So hopefully you've enjoyed it. Take care, and we'll see you next time here on Daniel Hibbert Lawn Expert. Bye for now.